Good day. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines Spirit of the Most Innocent. I am the diaspora, which is my people. All in all, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and all the white man's people. The reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African Americans, the Latinos, etc.? All in all, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment. There is nothing particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention, as it was when I protested. And as you know, when I have protested, and when I have updated you as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring to your attention something of a social nature as relates to St. Vincent the Grenadines. My people,
vision I start to see. I see a PM burning hellfire. He dead with the 2 foot in the air. A government embracing corruption. 3 election was not fair. I see a speaker turn a magician. His gavel was his one. For right in front the queen opposition, the thief had no confident motion.
I did and post a video that dealt with the derogative, nasty, and libelous remarks of Ralph Gonsalves that he made against the Carib people of St. Vincent the Grenadines, and by extension, the Carib people in the diaspora, even our brothers and sisters in Dominica.
That Carib man love Rumdisi, and Carib woman love sex. Easy to get. Yes. People don't want, only Ralph talks about these things.
The woman them the slack. They're looking for man all about. And we ourselves, over the years, below the dry river, you tell yourself if you want an easy woman, you go Carib country. You know that?
Thousands of people viewed these videos, and 100 share it. And most of the people that viewed the video express their great contempt and outrage as to the content of that video. Their outrage was basically dealt with that which was said by Ralph Gonsalves in his derogative remarks about our people. But you know who is not outraged about the video that was shared? Grace Walters. Grace Walters does not see anything wrong with the words that was uttered by Ralph Gonsalves against the Carib people. These are the people who she is now asking to allow her to represent them in the parliament, the most prestigious office in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Probably Grace Walters did not know that Ralph Gonsalves uttered these words. Let us give her the benefit of the doubt. But there is no way in history that she can claim ignorance after I did and post that video, because over 27,000 people watched that video. Most of the people who see that video expressed their outrage about the content of that video. Yet Grace Walters is going about like if it is business as usual in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, pretending that Ralph Gonsalves did not insult her, her mother, her grandmother, her father, and the entire Carib nation, stretched right back to the inception of our people. Grace, your silence is not only deafening, it is troubling. You have an obligation to the people who you are going to represent to ensure that our nation is always portrayed in the positive of light. Don't forget, the first national hero of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is Chatelier, the paramount chief. So Ralph Gonsalves wants to celebrate Chatelier, and he's disrespecting Chatelier children in the public. We cannot accept this. Grace Walters, you have to prove your worth to the people. This is not the 1940s. This is not the 1950s or the 60s. This is the year 2025. This is the age of accountability. People must be made to be held accountable for their actions and for their words, especially when they are racist and derogative against a people who are considered a minority. Grace Walters, Ralph Gonsalves had tapped you to represent the Carib nation over the Jai River in the Parliament of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Before you even consider continuing your campaign to be elected as the representative of the Carib people, you have an obligation to yourself. You have an obligation to your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, and the entire Carib nation to ensure that you demand a public apology from Ralph Gonsalves for the nasty, derogative, hateful, and prejudicial words he expressed against the Carib people. Miss Walters, Dr. Walters, if you cannot get a grown man to admit that he was wrong and to issue a public apology to those people who you have wronged, then you are not worthy to represent the people who you want to represent. It shows that you have no power, no authority, or no influence in the party that have tapped you to be a member, not only a member, but a leading member of that party. Every adult must be ready and willing to say they are sorry when they wrong someone or a group of people and they realize that their actions were hurtful and disrespectful and does not hold any real value. Sorry is the easiest thing to say. So if Grace Walters can't get Ralph Gonsalves to say sorry when the entire world who have viewed my video have expressed outrage over the words that Ralph Gonsalves used as Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, then she does not have any influence or authority in the group that she is now associated with and is asking the Carib people to allow her to represent them in that group on the national level. What use will you be representing the Carib people if you are unable to get your leader to tell the people who you're going to represent, even before the election come, that you're sorry? Sorry is the easiest thing to say. Grace Walters, Chatelier want to hear Ralph Gonsalves say he's sorry. Duvalier want to hear Ralph Gonsalves say he's sorry. The people in the diaspora around the world want to hear Ralph Gonsalves say he's sorry. I am a Carib and I want to hear Ralph Gonsalves say he's sorry. Our people have come too far. We have made too much great strive to be relegated to the actions of the early 1900s, the actions of the Caucasian people, and the slanderous words they said about our people early 1900s. Our people have come so far. We are doctors and lawyers and scientists. We are working in some of the greatest companies in international market. Take there, my niece Delisa. Look at her hair. You see how hair long? You see how her hair is long? That is a Carib girl. She is a scientist. She's working with one of the biggest brain institute in the entire world. She is responsible for researching the brain. She is leading her department in mapping in the human brain so that when a neurosurgeon is going to do a surgery, he have a comprehensive outline of the human brain and where each thing is located, the amount of cells and tissue that make up that part of the brain. We have come so far. We have come so far, and you are going to sit back and allow Ralph Gonsalves to relegate us to the early 1900s, the late 1800s. This cannot be happening. We cannot allow you to do this, Grace. My brothers and sisters in Greggs and Lomans, don't forget that you are also Caribs. Don't forget, I know your history. I know why when that community was created. I know why that community was created. I know who were allowed to live in that community and why. You all don't know that. I have the history. Anyone who come to you and ask you to vote for them from the Unity Labour Party, make sure that those persons are ready and willing to ensure that Ralph Gonsalves issue a public apology for the nasty, derogative, racist, and libelous words uttered against our people. I am calling on every Carib, whether you're Kalinago or Garifuna. Let us show Ralph Gonsalves how powerful the Carib nation is. He will not get a single vote from the Carib community until he have apologized to the entire Carib nation for the nasty, derogative, racist, and libelous words that he uttered against our people. The Carib nation is the strongest nation in the entire St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in the entire Caribbean. Let me tell you why. In the 1970s, early 60s, 1970s, Milton Cater knew my father was a Carib. You see, what people don't know is that in the olden days, Pamela and Benedict Ballantyne, grandparents and parents used to always come to our house. When they come to our home, the men stayed downstairs with my father and they talk and they drink and have a good time. The women came upstairs with my mother and they cook and enjoy themselves upstairs. Milton Cater wanted to know why the Carib people don't use the service of the police in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. First he thought it was because the closest police station was in Georgetown. So what he did, he built a police station in Sandy Bay. And for heaven's sake, the Carib people never used the police station. And there was a reason for that. And that is because our community was such a close community that not even the colonial government or the premier at the time knew how our people were settling the differences that erupted within our community. You see, up until 1972, the Carib people used the same ancient means of settling dispute that they used when our people's nation first began in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, hundreds of years ago. I could have answered Milton Cater's question even as a child, but it was not in my place to provide that information. There was a reason that our people existed for so long. People, all I'm trying to tell you is that the Carib nation had a system of settling their differences up to 1972, right? And there is no Carib who have ever divulged this system, whether in Greggs, Lomans, Sandy Bay, Oria, wherever the Carib nation is. They never spoke about it, they only used it. It was Carib business, and Carib business was no one else's business but Carib business. All of these information have been lost in this generation. But they have not completely been lost because they are right here in the brain of the chief. All I'm saying is the Carib nation is not just the greatest warrior nation the world have ever seen. We are the closest nation the world have ever seen. And I'm telling you that it's time for the Carib to come back to that same closeness where we teach this son of the white man, the colonial Ralph Gonsalves, that he can't mess with us. And I'm waiting for the Caribs in the diaspora who bestowed that honor on Ralph Gonsalves. I know it was not a Carib nation honor, it was an organization honor. But if the organization in Guyana that honored Ralph Gonsalves saw it fit to take back the honor from Ralph Gonsalves, that Carib organization in the diaspora that recently honored Ralph Gonsalves, it is time that you do what is right to your people in the diaspora and the Caribs back home and revoke that honor from Ralph Gonsalves. I am waiting. You need to do it before the 27th because it is the only how you can send a real serious message that we do not take the legacy of our people for granted. We take our suffering at the hands of Ralph Gonsalves' foreparents serious, and we will not accept and take any disrespect from that white fool, Ralph Gonsalves. My name is Chief Strongman. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Spirit of the Most High. I'm the diaspora, which is my people. I want you to like this video. Share this video. Leave a comment on this video. Let me know what are your thoughts about what we said. There are many more videos like this right here. I want you to go and peruse those videos and let me know what are your thoughts. Like or subscribe based on which social media platform you're viewing from. This is the truth, and I will talk to you on Wednesday.
That Carib man love rum they say. And Carib woman love sex. Easy to get. Yes, yes. People don't want, only Ralph talks about these things. The woman them on the slack. They're looking for man all about. And we ourselves over the years below the dry river. You tell yourself if you want an easy woman, you go Carib country. You know that?
Went on my knee. His endless vision I start to see. I see a PM burning hellfire. He dead with the 2 foot in the air. A government embracing corruption. 3 election was not fair. I see a speaker turn a magician. His gavel was his one. For right in front the queen opposition. The thief had no confident motion.